Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Military Mondays. And I have a story for you back when I was a part of the 26 MEU Command Element. Now, from time to time while I was on the MEU, I got sent to support other detachments of the MEU. This is one of those situations. I'm getting sent to support this woman who has to communicate with the ship while stuff goes on and off the LCACs. So, I go. And I'm given her name. I'm dropped off on the beach where she is, and I'm told, okay, she's that way, go talk to her. Now, again, I've told to report into this lady. So I go and I find her. And I find her, and I see her, and I was like, oh, hello. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Lance Corporal such and such from the Command Element, and I'm here to support you. She looks at me. Then turns away. I don't know why there's a Marine talking to me when there's a corporal standing right there. Now, what part of the MEU did I say I was in? I said I was in the Command Element. Now, for those of you who don't know, that's the headquarters. That's pretty much the headquarters element of the MEU. It's where all the brass is. That's where the actual CO of the MEU is. Officers are not that big a deal to me. And now, don't get me wrong, I always treat officers with the appropriate courtesies and respects, but interacting with them is not that big a deal. I've interacted with colonels before, having to fix their computers and equipment. I've done this stuff. I've done all kinds of things with all these different officers, and not a single one has ever spoken to me like this. So I'm not sure why this woman seems to imagine she's a goddamn queen that can turn herself away like I'm some peasant and talk to me in this manner. And I just wanted to go, well, ma'am, I wasn't given anyone else's name to report into. I was given your name. You're the one in charge. I need to report into you, and I'm told to report into... No, I didn't say any of this. I think I did try to say, well, ma'am, I was told to report into you and not anyone else, but she's turned away from me. She's not listening to me. She's like, at this point, I think, walking away as I'm talking to her. And the corporal that she referred to has taken this as his cue to walk up to me. And, of course, he's walking up to me. And he's just kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's just like, yeah, whatever. Show me where you need me to set up. So I set up. Set up my gear. I do my job. And then I go about my business. And I wish to say that was the only time I had to deal with this woman. But apparently it is not. And I have to go back again and again to support this woman. Now, fortunately, she'd usually just avoided me, or I avoided her. I mean, she made it clear she doesn't want to interact with me, so I didn't interact with her if I was given a choice. But one time, that choice was taken away from me. Another time, I'm supporting this woman. We are on the beach. We're not far from the shore, where we have our tent and all of our equipment set up. Now, LCACs are these large vehicles that go onto the shore of a beach. They drop down a ramp, and you can load equipment on and equipment off. You know, you can do the same thing with personnel and vehicles and all that. Well, these LCACs, they're large, and they can't get off the shore with a propeller. So they have this gigantic fan. And this gigantic fan is supposed to push them away from the beach. Where did I say we were again? We're not far from shore. So this LCAC that has landed is now turning to go back out to shore, back out to sea. What do you think happens to our little tent when the LCAC goes at full power back out to sea? Well, I can tell you what happened. See, what happened was... And everything is flying everywhere. The tent is now off the ground. Gear is flying around. Marines are flopping around. I'm pretty sure I was teabagged once or twice in the process. And it is now a mess. Now, I didn't put this tent here. This is a big tent. She put the tent there. Her people put the tent there. I had nothing to do with the tent there. So before you all start going, well, whoa, why'd you put the tent there? I didn't put the tent there. I was just told to put my gear in the tent. Now, my gear has survived this fiasco. Their gear, some of their gear, has not. And, well, now they have to file reports. Sucks for them. But, now, it's cleanup. I'm willing to help. Always. But for whatever reason, her Marines suddenly start getting attitudes of me. Now, by this point in time, I'm a corporal. And I don't know why, but these people are yelling at me to help them with the gear, to help them with the stuff. They're yelling at me. They're talking to me, and I guess they took their lessons in how to talk to people from the goddamn lieutenant, Miss Queen over there, because they're talking to me like I'm a goddamn PFC. And again, I'm a corporal, and these are corporals and sergeants talking to me in this manner. And it's just like, you know, I'm willing to help you out, even though this is all your fault, but you better not talk. You just shut the... my straws are almost gone. I'm on my last one in dealing with this people, and I'm ready to be done with these people, because at this point in time, this lady and her crew suck. Well, voluntarily, this woman comes to talk to me, and she needs to know some things. She needs to know if I can get my gear back up, and we can continue communicating with the ship, because she still has a job to do. And, well, remember the equipment that I said was broken? Well, some of that equipment that got damaged or is no longer functioning was the generators that they had for power. They're no longer working. So, there's no power. My gear is power-based, is electrically based. It requires power in order for it to work. So I tell the lady, they can be up for a short while, but they won't be up for long because the battery life on the machines isn't very good. If you're up for an hour, you're lucky. She's not happy with this. She's angry at this. She's huffing at me. She's angry at me. She's mad at me. She's expressing displeasure at me. Now again, whose fault is it that the tent was set up near the beach? Hers. Whose responsibility is it to provide electricity and power? Hers. I don't know what she really wants from me here. If there's no electricity, the gear's not going to function. I'm sorry. The gear requires electrical energy. Without electrical energy, you don't have functioning gear. That's just the way it is. That's the limitations of the equipment. I can't poop out rainbows and magic and make the machines function without electricity. Well, she proceeds to get angrier and angrier with me. None of this is my fault. None of this is my responsibility. The only thing I was there to do was support her and help her do her job. Now, that last straw I had, it's gone. When she started getting disrespectful and attitude towards me because she doesn't have any power, wow. I don't know why the lieutenant is getting mad at me when providing power is her responsibility. And I walked away. Now, I did eventually set up my gear a little bit for a little while so that we can communicate for the ship for a little while. After that, I left. I actually got pulled away, and I never worked with that woman again after my captain had a few choice words for me. But at least I never had to see her again. I hope y'all enjoyed this story. If you did, hit the like button. If you've had similar experiences with officers or employers, then by all means, put so in the comments below. And, well, if you've been one of those officers or employers and you're upset at this video, then by all means, hit the dislike button. But above all else, have a wonderful day. Bye now.